everyone, I'm Nicole Milliken, your Senior Video Specialist in the Genesys Cloud community. And today we've got a very special guest talking about how to use Agentic Virtual Agent with Genesys Cloud's Outbound feature. Our guest is Robert Wakefield-Carl, and you may recognize Robert's name in the community because not only is he a double platinum rock star, but he's also an orchestrator's honorary maestro. We're also excited to welcome Robert into the Genesys family as he's accepted a job here as a senior AI partner architect. This guy knows what he's talking about. You're going to learn a lot, so get ready. Hey, Robert, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Doing great. It's great to be with you again. I know I've done a couple of these way in the past in my old life there. So
I know we're so excited to have you over here at Genesys. What a benefit and an honor it is to have you on board with us. And today, I know that you're going to show us a really cool demo that's about Agentless Agentic Virtual Agent. What does that mean?
it's a mouthful is what it is. Yeah. And really, when we look at AVAs or the Agentic Virtual Agent world, we mainly think of bots, upfront bots, where a digital or a voice bot is answering something in a very human-like way and being very autonomous on that. But we're looking more now of utilizing AVAs within an outbound world for like appointments. We know doctors will send you an appointment reminder, but what if that reminder could be an AVA that interacts with you to say, are you able to make the appointment? Would you like to reschedule this? Is there any information you need before arriving at our office? And those types of things, just like a normal nurse would as they are calling out from a doctor's office for that. Other ones like collections agencies, being able to really communicate a lot ahead of time before that person gets into a loan officer or something, making sure they have all the information available so that the loan officer doesn't have to waste time waiting for somebody to gather information. And the one I have today is a very unique case about restaurant reservations and letting an outbound AVA actually make the reservation for you.
That actually sounds awesome. I love to eat. I don't know about you, but show me how this works so I can maybe hopefully use this in the future.
Yeah, so Nicole, I have here an agentic virtual agent. I have a couple of them in here. And what they are is I have first a reservation assistant. This will actually be the inbound agent. So when somebody calls in, it's asking them for all the information about the restaurant, the location, the date, the time, and all this stuff, the party size that they would like. I pair that with another virtual agent I'm using in an outbound flow, which is the restaurant reservation agent, which will actually call, using an outbound flow, call the restaurant and then be able to confirm the reservation. And at the end, send an SMS back to the original caller with the confirmation of the date and time. And it's smart enough to know things like if they want a 6 o'clock appointment, they can give a variance, like anytime between 6 and 8. And then they can negotiate with the restaurant for that time as well. So all of that is just built into a normal outbound flow where we have calling a bot flow. And then that bot flow calls the actual virtual agent. That's all set up within our campaigns. And if you look at a campaign, you'll know that you can have a call response type in here. So I am using a call response here of this over here. Let me just pull that one up for you and apply that, where we are then, when we get a live voice, we're just calling this outbound flow. This is a normal just feature of Genesys Cloud, and it allows us to make those agentless campaigns out and play a message, and in this case to actually invoke our agentic virtual agent to handle this conversation with the restaurant. Okay, now for the moment of truth. And this is a demo, so you know how demos can go when you're live, right? I'm going to initially call in, make the reservation, and then it's actually going to call me back because I don't want to actually make a reservation for myself for some restaurant in the world. So let me look this up here. Let me try it.
Hello, I am Jenkins, a virtual assistant for you. I'm here to help you make a restaurant reservation. Could you please provide the name of the restaurant you'd like to book?
Yeah, I'm looking to have dinner at the Cheesecake Factory in Redondo Beach, California, probably next Friday at around 6 o'clock for a party at 12.
I'll help you make that reservation. Just to confirm, You'd like dinner at the Cheesecake Factory in Redondo Beach, California, next Friday, August 31st, at 6 p.m. for a party of 12. Is that correct?
Yeah, if they don't have 6, anytime like 7 or 8 it works is fine.
I'll go ahead and try to make that reservation for you. I'll check if they have availability at 6 p.m. And if not, I'll see if 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. works. I'll let you know as soon as I have confirmation.
Thank you. Goodbye. So at this point, it's populating my contact list, and then it will dial out to the restaurant. Like I said, I'm using the same number so that you can hear what it would be like for the outbound dial and the outbound virtual agent.
And my call is coming in as if I was the restaurant. Hello, Cheesecake Factory.
Hello, I am Jenkins, a virtual assistant for Robert. I'm calling to make a dinner reservation at the Cheesecake Factory in Redondo Beach, California for Friday, September 4th, 2026, at 6 p.m. for a party of 12. Can you confirm if this is available?
I don't have 6 o'clock for a party that large. I could fit 12 at 7 or 7:30.
I understand that 6 p.m. is not available for a party of 12. You mentioned that 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. would work. Could you please confirm if either of those times is available for the reservation on Friday, September 4th, 2026?
Yeah, 7 works fine.
Thank you for confirming the reservation for Robert at 7 p.m. on Friday, September 4th, 2026. I have sent a confirmation SMS to Robert with the details. Have a great day.
And at that point, I just received an SMS that says, "Hi, this is Jenkins confirming your dinner reservation at the Cheesecake Factory in Redondo Beach on Friday, September 26th at 7 p.m. for a party of 12. If you have any questions or like to speak to the restaurant, you can call them at the number." So very simple demonstration of how we can utilize both inbound and outbound agentic virtual agents to do a task that many people would have to spend time looking up the phone number, calling the restaurant, even if they're open at that time. The nice thing about this, the outbound dialer can keep trying until they get an actual person on the line. So it's a very good, useful demonstration of outbound agentless agentic virtual agents. There we go.
So that was super interesting, Robert, to see that you, as the customer, didn't have to sit online waiting for the restaurant to pick up, or if they're too busy and they put you on hold. The bot basically does all that for you. They called in and it was smart enough to know that it could have different times for the reservation. It found one that suited you. And then it shot you an SMS whenever it was ready and confirmed everything. And you really didn't have to do anything at all.
No, I just let it know where I want to eat and when, and it goes off and does it. Even looks up the phone number. You notice I didn't give it the phone number. It goes out, looks up the phone number, and then calls that and confirms that that's the right restaurant. So pretty smart stuff. I'm surprised every time I utilize these agentic virtual agents, how they learn time after time and reiterate upon themselves and be able to change their behavior based on the reactions of the callers.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. And I know that you get a couple of frequently asked questions when it comes to this feature. So I'm going to ask you a few if you don't mind.
Okay, sure.
One of the questions we got were, are there any legal or compliance concerns using AAVA on Outbound?
Yeah, when we're talking about TCPA and CCPA and all these other laws and some of the EU data restriction laws, having an outbound bot is something you have to be wary of. So a lot of times you'll notice that we actually answered the phone with, "Hi, this is Jenkins, a virtual agent for Robert," so that they know they're actually talking to a bot. That's really required in a lot of countries and states here in the US. So you do have to be careful. You are asking them to call an entity that is not yourself. So you're not asking the bot to call me, you're asking it to call a restaurant. So there could be some legal implications, but that's something definitely to look at.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they have to know if they're talking to a real person or not.
Yeah.
Well, what does it take to set something like this up?
Yeah, really, once you have that agent to virtual agent, and now with our new spec-driven development where we can use, vibe coding type tools, we can set these up very quickly. It's not like days of work. I literally set this up yesterday after dinner. and it was ready to go this morning. It is that quick. And that includes 2 virtual agents, an inbound and outbound flow, and 2 bot flows. And that's pretty much all I had to do, and set up the campaign, of course, to populate that contact list to make that outbound call.
And for the third question, have you experienced any problems like in the demo environment or anything like that? Like what should you do?
I mean, the biggest problem I had was I named everything about the same. I named it the restaurant robocaller, and I kept getting messed up between my inbound and my bot flows and my AV. So I wait a second, I need to name these correctly. So I'm calling them all correctly. That was my biggest hang up. But with the virtual agents, we have to realize they're not deterministic. So they're not a flow that says do this and do this and do this. It is really, it can do whatever it wants. And then, like when it heard me say something, coming back and correcting or waiting, or we have no idea what it's going to do a lot of times. And so you do have to try it a lot. You have to play around with it before you publish it, because those corner cases, those sound in the background can really sometimes affect the way it responds to a caller. And so that's definitely something we have to watch for, and we test for a lot. Now, we do testing at a digital level, but with the voice, that needs to have better and more testing before you actually publish and put it in production.
Okay, cool. So big piece of advice, if you're creating a setup like this with AAVA, you need to make sure that you test it before you put it live, because you want to make sure that it's doing what and saying what it should be saying to a real live customer or a
Correct.
restaurant that it's calling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Robert, that was so cool. It's just so interesting how AI is, can help be this tool for us to make our lives a little bit more simple, especially with mundane tasks like making a reservation and so many other things. I can't thank you enough for being on the Q&A show and showing that for us.
Yeah,
It really
pleasure.
Your time.
Yeah, anytime.
Well, thank you, Robert. And for all of you watching, if you have any extra questions about this feature, please leave a comment in the Genesys Cloud community. I know Robert very well. I am sure he will jump right in and answer your questions.
I will, yes.
He's amazing at that. So if you have any further questions, please don't be a stranger. Drop us a question. Robert will answer it as soon as he can get around to it. And again, thank you, Robert, for this wonderful demo and presentation, and we'll catch you very soon.
Catch you on the next one. Yep, bye-bye.
Okay, that's it for this month's Q&A show. Thank you again to Robert Wakefield-Carl, and we will see you next time.